I love the opportunity to get outdoors, and I've found as I've gotten older with a young family, there's been a period of time that's been harder to get outdoors. As the business is maturing and the children are getting older, I'm finding it a lot easier to get back to getting outdoors again. I'm really enjoying taking my children and having them start to experience the mountains like I remembered. Teaching them how to ski and taking them on bushwalks and trying to teach them how to fly fish at that age is I'm finding it really enjoyable.
Try and do pizza, try and do pizza, that's better, try and do it. Hit together, try and do it.
When I get a chance to get outdoors by myself, then I really appreciate and notice a lot more than I used to when I was younger. So, when I was in my 20s, it was about going somewhere and getting to that place and either getting to the top of that hill or that mountain or having that hardcore experience, whereas now I find I'm not chasing that experience anymore. I just want to be out there. So in my early 20s, I did the typical Aussie thing and went backpacking and spent a couple of months travelling around Europe, and then I ended up in northern England in an area called the Lake District. I ended up with a job in an outdoor store. That was my first experience with outdoor retail. I really got to experience a whole bunch of different stuff, all from my doorstep. For the first 6 months I didn't have a car, so I hiked everywhere. I did over 100 of the local mountaintops, the Wainwrights, a whole heap of walking, a lot of photography. Just a great place to spend time.
Chris, what's happened here? Have we forgotten matches or something?
You learn to rely on your gear in a location like that. The average rainfall is something around 3 metres, so you spend a lot of time walking and camping and doing outdoor activities just in the rain. So you really learn to trust your equipment, and you really learn that there is no such thing as bad weather, it's just bad gear.
So I met Chris in 2008. He was living and working in the Lake District, and I was obviously living there. I actually went into a store to buy a backpack. Chris was working in one of the outdoor stores because I was travelling around Australia. He was actually coming back to Australia after his time in the UK, and I was here with some friends, and that's the end of the story really. It just went from there.
Once we got married, we decided to move back to Australia, and we decided that Tumut was a good place to move back to.
We were in this limbo land. We didn't really know what to do for our next chapter, and Chris came up with the idea of starting an outdoor store, and I was like, yep, that's great. I was pregnant with our second daughter at the time. We spent from July to October setting up the store, and then we opened the doors in October. And we went from there.
I suppose the catalyst for starting Tom's was that we'd spent so much time in Europe and the UK, and they had all these amazing outdoor stores with a whole bunch of really high quality gear. So what I really wanted to do was put a high quality outdoor store back out in a regional place where we can really live and breathe what we do. I mean, we don't open till 9 o'clock and we close at 5. So for us or any of the staff that are here, if you want to go for a fish in the morning or a mountain bike ride before work, you're able to do that. You're not commuting through the city on your push bike or spending an hour in traffic trying to get to where you are. We started out fairly small. There was just myself, and we had Kane in really early in the piece. We had a good range of core brands. We had some brands that really believed in what we were going to do. We are a physical retail store, so we're not just an online store. We're not stuck out in some western suburbs warehouse area or an industrial estate in Melbourne, something like that. We're a real store. We're deeply connected with the place that we're in, so we can get out and we can kayak and we can fish and we can ski. We can do some of those activities on a daily basis. So we're different to all the other stores in Australia because we're here in Tumut. So Tom's Outdoors is a deeply personal name to us. We named the business after our grandfathers. So I have a grandfather called Tom and my wife has a grandfather called Tom. Both of them are still alive, and they were of that first generation that really treated the outdoors as a recreational pursuit, you know, in the early 50s and 60s. That love of outdoor recreation then flowed down through our parents, and then it flowed down through us. A lot of people think we're a chain store. In reality, Tom's Outdoors here in Tumut, we are the only one in the world. There is not another outdoor store called Tom's Outdoors. So it's pretty cool to have a name that's so unique, but also a name that means so much to us personally.
So in the beginning, we had this idea of what we wanted. We got a few of the brands that we wanted and we opened the doors. We knew we wanted to have a high quality store, but not really knowing the direction that we were going in, and that's kind of developed over the 5 years that we've been here. And I suppose we've become more of a, I don't know if you'd call it a destination store, but a store that people want to come and visit.
One of the things that I really enjoy about being a retail store is that we do get to meet so many interesting people that have a shared passion. It is so enjoyable to talk to those people about what they're planning on doing. If they come into a place like this, they're coming in because they've got a passion about the place and the gear. I really like when somebody places an order online through our website that we've got all the stuff here and we're sending it all from here. You know, the items are coming from the shop and they're getting packed by hand. We're putting in a thank you card to say that they've come from the Snowy Mountains, and then we're giving them to the local post office. It's really a sense of community that when somebody's buying from us online here, is there's a couple of people that are supported in local jobs here in town. And I get a real sense of satisfaction out of knowing that it's not just what we're doing here in the business, it's actually what we're doing in some levels for the town, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, our passion and Chrissy's passion for the outdoors, what really drives us to give good customer service and to have Tom's Outdoors, really, because we really love being out in the outdoors. Chris loves being out there and he's always got some crazy adventure that he wants to go on. And
the store really embodies what I'm passionate about. So we cover fly fishing, we cover a bit of climbing, we cover a bit of hiking and overnight. I only want to stock products and brands and activities that we're connected with or that our staff are still connected with. I think the shop should be a catalyst for outdoor activity in the region, and even if we're making videos that inspire people to spend time in the area, they don't have to shop with us. Like, it doesn't worry me at the end of the day. If they're coming to the area and visiting the area and engaging in what is just an amazing part of Australia, that's awesome. To me, that embodies everything that we've done. Opening the store has been a really rewarding journey. It's had some massive highs and massive lows. It hasn't been an easy process. It hasn't been easy personally. It's been hard on family. It's been stressful at times, but it's been really rewarding. And really the part that's made it really rewarding has been the people that I've met, the people that come through the store, helping them find those local experiences and helping them find the gear that's going to enable them to do that. I get a lot of pleasure out of that.
And it's just, yeah, it's a really nice feeling to know that your job isn't just a job anymore. Like, I was thinking that the other day, coming to work isn't a chore. I love coming in, and you never know who's going to walk through those doors, and I mean, there are times where it's hard and there's a lot of work, but the rewards and the friendships that we've made probably outweigh all of that.